and the mic was muted. So sorry. Let's start this over again. Hello, 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 my beautiful, beautiful friends. Can you hear me now? I'm still muted? I shouldn't be muted. Hang on. Let's check our settings. Okay, you can hear me now? Oh, yes, thank God. People, it's been a couple of weeks. It really has been a couple of weeks. Hello, everyone. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way in. Share if you enjoy what we do here. Just hello and welcome, my fellow ink slingers and word slayers. I'm so glad you're all here today. I'm doing much, much better. Had a rough couple of weeks. That new medicine. Nope. Thank God I had an appointment with my psychiatrist yesterday. We've switched the meds. No more methylphenidate. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. So I'm on Vyvanse now, which is wonderful. So just putting that out there. I can't do Ritalin. I'm apparently allergic to Ritalin. Instead of it just causes great depression. Oh, thank you, Christina. And thank you for that coupon, dear. Okay. So without insurance, the Vyvanse was $169. Okay? Thank you, Shannon. With a coupon that Christina Alaska emailed to me, it went down to 109. Or no, with insurance it went down to 109. With the coupon that Christina provided me, I got it for $36. Oh, good, Tiffany. I'm glad to hear that. Oh, okay. I'm just feeling much, much better. And so I just need to give a huge shout out to Shannon Nemechek, not just because she's the producer of the show, but also because she's a very, very dear friend, and she kind of pulled me in off the ledge a few times this week. So yeah, so just Shannon, I love you. I think you're awesome, and yeah, I'm just so glad to be feeling better. I just am. I just is. So I had a hi, Christine. I'm so glad everyone's here. I love you too, honey. There you go, Erin. Anyway, let's see. Hang on. La 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 la. Where'd it go? There it is. I played with some videos today. So, if I get distracted, I have videos for that. I just have all sorts of fun things that I put together today. So anyway, and I did work and finish up everybody's round 4 submissions. Man, we had some good submissions. We really did. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Dawn. Don't forget to hit the like button, say hello on your way in so that I know who's here, because I can't see who's here with this StreamYard that I'm using unless you leave a comment. So, anywho, I'm digressing again. I do feel so much better. Yes, Tiffany, I agree. So, first, I want to tell you a little story. So, as you know, our warrior princess, Malaya, turned 7 on Monday. I can't believe it. Can you all believe it? Okay. So, Emily is this close to being engaged, and she has 2 bonus children, which gives me 2 bonus granddaughters, right? So, Malaya, which is Emily's youngest and only daughter, and Scott, his oldest firstborn daughter, they shared the same birthday. Malaya and Peyton shared the same birthday, April 3rd, except Peyton is a year older than Malaya. Okay, so we had them over for cake and ice cream last night and dinner. I made a big pot of goulash. Anyway, we're just having, we know there's a storm coming, right? So we're trying to hurry, 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 hurry. So that Scott can get the kids back to their mother, right? It didn't happen that way. We ended up in the basement last night, which I affectionately refer to as the portal to hell, right? My basement is just the portal to hell. So, Carter, he just had his headphones on. He's chatting with his friends. He wasn't bothered by it. Malaya, she was okay. She wasn't bothered by it. Parker, the baby, oh my God, she's so freaking cute. Oh, she's so cute. She was a little bit upset. But Lil Peyton, oh my gosh, she just did not want her dad to leave her side. She just cried and cried and cried. She was absolutely terrified. This poor little girl, I felt so bad. But it will be a birthday that they will never forget. So I baked a cake. I forgot to take pictures. I made my own buttercream frosting. And I think my son's home. Is that you, Mike?
No.
I'm live. Don't cuss. How was the movie?
It was good.
What did you see again?
Stacked racks from Mars. I mean Mario.
Anyway, so I baked they are both into Wednesday, right? Wednesday Addams. They're not allowed to watch the new TV series, but they are allowed to watch the old one from the 60s and the dance that's all over YouTube, the Wednesday dance. So anyway, I baked a cake from scratch, made my own frosting from scratch, and it was a white cake with pink frosting. And little Peyton said, "What kind of cake is it? Is it vanilla?" I said, "Well, yes." And it has pink frosting. And she's like, "I wanted black for Wednesday." Well, what they didn't know was I had these little paper bat wings that you stick into cupcakes left over from Halloween that I had stuck in this cake. Oh, they were excited. So it went really, really well. Really well. Other than, the tornado warnings and the tornado sirens going off all around us and the phones that emergency broadcast notification. That's kind of when it went downhill, but it ended up okay. We didn't get a bad storm or anything. The lightning was outrageous, and it rained to beat hell. It really did, but we didn't get the wind. But there were tornadoes all around us. A town not far from us, I think it's about 45 minutes from us, called Lewiston. It had a lot of damage. I know. I should have pictures of the cake. I didn't take any. I have to ask Emily if she did. Anyway, it was just a great night, other than the tornadoes. Praying for everybody affected by those storms last night. And I think it's fine now, but last night at 8:30, 9 o'clock, it's 75 degrees, 83 degrees outside, right? I wake up at 5 o'clock this morning. It was 71. I'm like, oh, yay, great day. It went from 71 to 44 in like 2 hours. So it has just been cold all day here. So anyway, again, I digress. So anyway, it was just a good night. So I have to figure out I don't know if I can, is it present? Share screen. Okay, I don't want to share a screen. Yeah, the storms have just been outrageous. But anyway, we are going to talk about the submissions we received. Okay? I am so proud of one author in particular who I don't know if I can name her or not because she didn't give me permission. I got to find it, so just bear with me. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Open it, damn it. Okay. This author has really struggled with tense from day one. Just her past, present, future, perfect, current, whatever. Just really, really struggled. Okay? And I was so thrilled with the submission this particular author submitted. Is it the best thing I've ever read? No. But the improvement on this, you guys, you just don't understand. She has come so far. so quickly, and I'm so proud of her. So I want to read this, okay? She chose prompt C from round 4. Natalie Jameson stood over the body of Matt Hoffman, deceased for at least 3 days by her estimation. Here's where she kind of misses on tense, and I do have some comments in this for her that I haven't sent her yet, but she'll be getting it tonight. Getting closer, she uses a pen to lift Mr. Hoffman's left pointer finger to examine. Water flows around her feet where the body had been for days, making it difficult, if not impossible, to process evidence. His shirt was bloodied from a single gunshot to the chest, most likely killing him instantly. She notices burn marks around the wound and on the shirt, indicating he had been shot at close range. She knew of his history around town, and many knew of his wild ways with the local women. But to kill him? He had no criminal history and was very loyal to those he worked for. Getting to her feet, she approaches the deputy, and I had suggestions there, okay? Pulling out a notepad and pen, she motions towards the body. Who found him? The deputy nervously nods at Natalie, clearing his dry throat. A hiker walking nearby on the trail noticed the body and called it in, ma'am. Sighing, gripping the small notepad, she says, "Call me ma'am again and I will have your badge." Deputy, are we clear? Now go find me that hiker. The deputy shifts on his feet before quickly turning on his heels, rushing up the riverbank, disappearing down a trail. Returning to the body, kneeling close, she carefully lifts the body to see there is no exit wound coming from the bullet. Perfect. Opening her briefcase, she pulls out a sharp scalpel and tweezers and slips on a pair of latex gloves. Looking around, finding herself alone, she opens the victim's shirt. Taking a deep breath, she carefully makes a small incision around the bullet wound. Blood pools, but this does not deter her. She only hopes that the bullet is not buried deep or lodged in a rib. She notices that the deputy has not returned, giving her ample time to get at what she is looking for. Carefully, she uses the tweezers to probe the open wound of the bullet hole. Biting her lip, she nervously holds her breath, praying she will find the bullet with the tweezers. Blood, tissue, in full view of her eyes, but this does not gross her out. We need to fix that. Far from it, she is here to find evidence and will go to any measure to get what she wants. She's just thankful for her medical training, which finally came into action. Even being a top detective, she has her secrets and will keep them secret. Hence why she is here, digging into this man's chest. Fearing the deputy will be returning soon, she picks up her pace and finds the bullet. Got it! Slowly and carefully, she pulls out the bullet securely with the tweezers. Blood drips from the odd-shaped bullet, and she examines it closely. Just as I thought, and now I have the proof I need. Holding the blood-covered bullet up close, she knows this silver bullet will now prove that lichens exist. Girl! I am so proud of you. You know who you are. I'm not saying your name unless I have permission. But I'm thinking we're just reading a regular, mystery novel. And then I think, okay, this is the medical examiner. And then we find out, no, it's a detective. And then we find out what kind of detective she is. And this is going to end up being a fantasy novel or shifters or whatever. Oh, can I say it? I have your permission, honey? Type it in the chat if I have permission to use your name. I know, it's an exciting beginning, right? This girl has come so far in the last just few weeks. Really, in the beginning, her tense was just all over the place. It really was. Okay, this is Aurora Rose Andromeda's story. Her first 500 words that she submitted. Am I right? Where is it? I am so proud of her. I mean, Aurora, I am so proud of you. You have come so far and have done just a fabulous, fabulous job. Seriously. And I just thought this was going to be a typical mystery, you know, thriller, whatever, police procedural until that last sentence. And then it's like, oh, yes! That just waiting until that last moment, waiting. It was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. So, congratulations. Way to go, Aurora. I'm very proud of you. You keep up that great work. Hey, Brent. Hi, Holly. I'm so glad everyone's here. We were just talking about Aurora's submission and how far she's come. If you want to, you can rewind later or, you know, just watch from the beginning later. Anyway, Aurora, I love you. I'm so proud of you. You did a fabulous job. You just did. So she has submitted every week since we started doing this, and the improvements, she's listening and she's paying attention, and we are all the panelists are very proud of you. Okay. So I was really, really, truly excited to receive that. And yeah, just really excited. So congratulations, sweetheart. I was proud. Okay, what are we going to go on to next? Okay. No, I haven't lost my mind. Just bear with me. I'm trying to find the right one. Okay, I haven't finished critiquing that one, but Aurora's was the one that stood out the most, and it was just fabulous. We received lots of them, and there's one I'm going to talk about next week, but I want to email it to her first. Okay, and I want to discuss it with her. It was really, really good, but I need to talk to her first, okay? Because I really want her permission to talk about this. So next week we will have some time set aside for this one particular author, because I'm just super excited about it. So anyway, hang on. We have things. We have new things. Brand swoop. That's my new swoop for moving on to other subjects. Did you like it? You want to see it again? I know, I'm goofy. It was great, wasn't it? See, Aurora, read those comments. Everybody's saying it was great. So, and I don't blow sunshine up anybody's skirt. I just don't do that, right? Let me find, there was one more that I wanted to talk about. No, it's not that one. Yes, I was prepared. Always prepared. Oh, I know where it is. Hang on. Okay, hang on. Is it this one? Yes. Okay. This one has great bones to be a fabulous, fabulous story. Okay, and it's called Love in a Bottle. And I do have a couple of notes that I'm going to be sending the author, and we can discuss that when we're done here. So I'm just going to read you exactly what she has written, and then I will tell you what sentence or what things I think she needs to change if she turns, especially if she turns this into a full-length novel. And this is part one. She did do the story prompt, but this is the first part of that story prompt, and this one was just really good, and that's why I'm doing it this way. Okay, this was not let's look at this as a prequel to the first 500 words she sent in. Okay, the dress was pretty, but not her style. She preferred comfort over fashion. Her hair was still damp. He had left her companions to assist with her preparations. They fussed over her hair, applied layers of makeup, and talked to her of the things which women talk about. tips on how to make a man happy and how to properly run a household. She would become the lady of the castle after the ceremony. Tishley barely paid attention. She just longed to escape. When her ladies in waiting completed their masterpiece, they made her stand and turn for them. Beautiful, they both agreed. When she looked in the mirror, she saw through the reflection to the sorrow in her soul. She half-heartedly smiled and asked if she could wait in the garden. She wanted to clear her mind, she told them. Alone in the garden, she hurried to the roses. She hurried to the roses. She had secretly hidden a vial under a rock. Time was running out, and Tishley was desperate to avoid the ceremony. When he found her on the grass, he quickly removed the stopper of the bottle he was saving for her. It was marked with one word: love. It would cure the lady of her lack of affection, thus ensuring her devotion to him. As he poured the potion between her parted lips, he failed to notice a single tear fall from her eye. The love in the bottle would not suffice. It was no substitute for the real thing. I love that last sentence, right? There are things that I think she can add. Oh, okay. Anyway, where did it go? Okay, so if this author wants to turn this story and this short passage into a full-length novel, the things that that I'm recommending that she pays attention to or does is to remove the sentence, her hair was still damp. We don't need that. My recommendation is that she needs to describe the dress and how it's maybe too much for her taste. Maybe there's too many flowers, or the train is 30 feet long, or whatever, right? Describe the room she's in, and describe what the ladies in waiting, her companions, look like. I would like to see a contrast, maybe. I love doing contrasts, like where you have an older lady and a young girl who doesn't know anything, right? You have the more experienced older woman, maybe the grandma type, and then you have the younger girl who's just, naive and hasn't lived life. I like seeing those kinds of contrasts. Okay, those were my recommendations. A couple of other little things, but that last sentence is the one that I really, really loved. The love in the bottle would not suffice. It was no substitute for the real thing. I just love it. I just love it, love it, love it. So, to the author who wrote this, way to go. Great start for what I think could be a fabulous story. What do you think? I think it was good too. It can go into several different directions. I think it was eloquent. Oh, I love that, Brent. Brent put in the chat that he saw something today. Young boy says, I don't believe in magic. The old man, you will when you meet her. That sounds like something my dad would say. But yeah, I think that one also has lots of great, great bones. It really does. Yay! I remembered to do it before I moved on to the next topic. Yeah, that last sentence is a real winner. So, yes. I think it has really great bones. And I don't know if that author is here in the chat or not. But anyway, really, really great bones. Swoop. Swoop. I forgot to put a sound effect to it, but I'll do that later. So yeah, well, lots of really great submissions. Just when you're working on round 5, I just recommend that, you're going to have 2 weeks before you have to submit. 10 days left before you have to submit. This is your first 500 words, does not have to be, you don't have to pay an editor to edit it. It's just 500 words, right? But I do recommend that, and this is the thing we've noticed from submission to submission over the last several weeks, is that tense tends to trip people up. Okay? Um, Sometimes the tense is like in one sentence it's past perfect, and then the next sentence it's present, and then in the next sentence it's first person. So you need to decide if it's first person, second person, whatever, all the different persons that there are, and pay really close attention to pay attention to your tenses, and if it's going to be first person, second person, third person, whatever. Okay. Those are my recommendations, and don't be afraid to go out on a limb. And I realize you have a 500 word limit, but I think it is possible to pack a powerful punch. We've seen it time and time again. Brent Jones is a perfect example of how you can pack a Muhammad Ali punch into 500 words. Oh, I'm sorry, Tish. Yes, that's okay, honey. You can rewind. It will be on YouTube, and you can just go find it and watch it from the beginning. Yeah, tenses. Okay, I know there's like, I don't know, 50. Brent, you can help me because I don't pay attention. I shouldn't say that. I do pay attention, but I think it's just something that's naturally ingrained in me, and it's really hard for me to explain. So I want to get someone who's better at explaining the different tenses and the different persons, first person, second person, whatever, third person, twice removed, whatever it is. I would like to have a guest come on one night who is better at explaining it than I am, right? Oh, cool beans. Let's see. Hang on a second. Hang on. Okay. Okay. This is the one that I usually send to people. Did I swoop? Did I swoop before we moved on to tenses? Did I? Does anybody know? Anyway, this is a great place to go. I'm putting it in the chat, the link to it in the chat. I don't know where Walden University is or anything, but okay. So you have simple present. Use the simple present to describe a general truth or a habitual action. This tense indicates that the statement is generally true in the past, present, and future. See, okay, so the hospital admits patients whether or not they have proof of insurance. That's simple present, right? And then it goes on and on. You've got simple present, present perfect, future, I don't know, simple past. Why is there not a perfect future? I would like to know why there's not a perfect future tense. Oh, no swoop. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We shall swoop. Okay, so what I'd like to do is bring in an expert on this and have them discuss the different tenses, and all of that stuff. Because for me, it's just natural. I'm not bragging or anything, but it's just something I don't generally have to think about, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I've read so much over the years. And I think my main problem when I write, it's not the tenses or the the narration, whether it's first person or second or third or whatever. I think my problem is sometimes I either don't put in enough information or I put in too much information. And thank God for my editor. And just thank God for her. Just seriously. And my final proofer. If it wasn't for my final proofer, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So I love her to death. Of course, she's my daughter. And she is awesome. Perfect Pages, FPS at gmail.com. I'm putting her email in here in case anybody needs a final proofer. I'm not just saying this. Oh, point of view problems stick out? Yes. I I still head hop every now and then. I don't care. Rules are made to be broken, but I don't head hop nearly as bad as I used to. What I tend to do now is put in a scene break so I can give both points of view. Not with every single scene, but just the really important ones. My feed keeps stopping. I'm so sorry, Lisa. Okay, head hopping, Diana, is when, okay, you're writing a paragraph, right? And you're describing what maybe the heroine is doing, okay? And what she's thinking, okay? But in that same paragraph, you're also telling us what the hero is thinking and doing or feeling, right? And those two needs to be separate. I'm trying to read. Yeah, head hopping. I used to make that mistake a lot in my first several books. I didn't even know what it meant. I had to Google it. What is head hopping? And I'm like, oh, okay. So by the time I think I got to, I know it was on Frederick's Queen, that's when I made the conscious decision to, on really important moments, right? I'm talking very integral parts to the story. And one that sticks out in particular is when Fred and Aggie are on the roof of the keep. And he tells her that she can keep her herb garden. Her father, Myrmedak, he was just a prick to the nth degree. So anyway, it's this very tender moment between the two, right? Aggie has been abused, mistreated, just forever and ever. And it was this moment where she finally trusts him and she asks him if she can give him a hug. And so we have that description of how she felt when she's hugging him. And then I do a scene break and I describe what Frederick's feeling with that first hug. And I just think that was powerful, powerful. And there were several moments throughout the book where I did it that way because I felt it was just really, really important to know in that moment, those intimate moments, what each of them are thinking, right? And the best way to do that for me was to do a scene break. I didn't want to get bogged down in chapter 1 is her point of view, chapter 2 is his. I don't like to do that personally. Okay, I'll read it, but I don't like to write that way. Does that make sense? So that's how I fixed my head hopping, is with scene breaks. You give, it's not for every single scene, only the most intense scenes. That's how I do it. The really intimate, important, vital scenes. It could be a death scene. It could be a love scene. It could be just a moment of two people coming together for the first time. Yeah, and I think that's how I do it. Whether it's right, whether it's wrong, I don't care. My readers love it. So there you go. Yeah, stick to one view in a full scene. And those scenes don't have to be 18 pages long, right? It could just be a few paragraphs. Look at me. I'm measuring like I'm on my laptop. They could be just a few paragraphs long. Okay? And then put in your scene break, which is I write in Scrivener, as you all know, and it automatically puts in the scene breaks for me. So I don't have to pay attention to that. What did Christina say? Think of who is running the scene. Think if that person's senses see, hear, touch, smell, all by that character only. Exactly. Perfectly said, Christina. And we do need a thumbs up for Christina. Yes, Don says a scene break is a good idea. I do that in my writing because if the scene itself hasn't changed, but the POV does, the point of view does, it's important. Giving each of them their own chapter seems overkill. I agree, Don Miller Yakoveta. And I probably butchered that last name, but I'm really sorry. Yeah, so that's how I do it. I need to put in a swoop. I should have put in a swoop. Okay, we were talking about scene breaks. And, not just scene breaks, but points of view. Yeah. I need to hire somebody to come in and put timestamps in for me. That's what I need. I need to hire somebody who will come in and watch my videos and put in the timestamps because I have a book to finish. I already had to put out the publishing date due to that medication. Do you all have an opinion on the dinkus? Yes, that's really the real name. It's an asterisk to break POV or past time, etc. So it's the 3 asterisks, right, Brent? Like centered on the page. Put in the swoop as a point of view break. Okay, this is our point of view break. God, I love you people. So Brent, when you the 3 asterisks to break a POV or past time, it's called a dinkus. I did not know this. Yeah. I write in Scrivener, and inside each chapter, I put my scenes, right? So I can have 1, I can have 50, it doesn't matter. But anytime I add a new scene, Scrivener automatically puts that scene break in for me, the 3 asterisks, right? And then when I am done and it's, editing's done, final proofing's done, download it as a Word doc, and then put it in Vellum, and then Vellum has all the different formatting where it will change that scene break to any pretty decoration I want. You looked it up. Yes, you can put in a dinkus to separate the dinkuses. I don't know. Yes, I love that. It's a dinkus. The 3 asterisks are a dinkus. I did not know this. Brent, you're fabulous. Yeah, if it's on a new chapter, you just put in the 3 asterisks, which is called a dinkus, apparently. So insert your dinkus here. That almost sounds dirty. Oh, gosh. Yeah, Google's a really good friend. It's a really good friend. Yes, it's a learning experience, right? I love Vellum. Okay, we will do a swoop. Okay, let's do a swoop. We're moving on to Scrivener and Vellum. I won't write anything but Scrivener. I just can't. I think of them as jazz hands. Yes, I know Dio is being silly. Anyway, I don't use Scrivener to format my books. Okay, I use Scrivener to write everything. The entire book goes into Scrivener. Okay, because I've had too many issues with Microsoft. We won't go there because I will get an eye twitch. But anyway, I write in Scrivener the entire novel. When it's all done, I just compile it to a Word doc, right? Then there is something called Zoho.com, which has been an absolute lifesaver. I'm going to put it in the comment section. That's the link. It's free. Okay. Zoho.com has been a tremendous lifesaver. So I write a book in Scrivener, compile it to a Word doc, save it, send it to my editor. She'll send it back, but she has, in the meantime, she's saved it as something else on her desktop or her laptop or whatever, on her computer. It's got a whole new directory name, right? She does all her magic, sends it back to me, and I will make the suggested changes, and sometimes I will have to send it back to her for her to review. Well, I've already saved it. a third time, right? Name of book with KLD's edits, round one. So I send that back to her, okay? She's going to save it as an entirely new document with an entirely new name. By the time we're done with that, and I've made all those changes, then I send it to my final proofer, right? My final proofer is saving it as something else on her system, on her laptop or her computer or whatever. And then when she's done, she sends it back to me, and then I will make those changes. And then by the time that's done, we've got umpteen different versions of one story, right? Drives me bananas. And it has led to way too many issues. So, with Zoho, once I'm done with the entire book, I compile it to a Word doc. I upload it to Zoho. One document. My editor has access. My final proofer has access. It is the same and only one copy of that book. I can actually watch as KLD is editing a book live. I can see what she's doing. I can sit here and just, not necessarily eavesdrop. I can just watch and giggle. We can chat to each other live as she is making her changes, right? I can say, ooh, why did you change that? And she can respond instantly because there is like a texting section in Zoho, right? Then when she's all done, Emily comes in. It's the only document. It's the same document. She makes her changes. Nothing is saved as a new copy of anything. She goes in, makes all her changes, and then it's done. It's one document, right? One document. So once that's all done and we've made all the changes and the edits and the proofs and everything, I just download it again as a Word doc, which I upload into Vellum. And then Vellum does the rest. And I just love it. You're right. That is a lot of files. Seriously. And it has caused so many problems over the years. Oh, okay. You write it as one main piece, then go back and separate into chapters? I would not I'm gonna challenge you, Aurora, to not do that. Okay? Separate. Go ahead, and as you write and you think you're done with that chapter, just insert a page break and put in chapter 2 or chapter 3 or whatever, and just do that as you write. Yeah, you break everything into chapters in Scrivener. It's all chapters. I need to get the Scrivener people in here for a live one night. I really do. I think I will call them because they're much better at showing you everything that it does. I actually have a couple of videos on it here on YouTube. But there's so much more to Scrivener. Oh, my stars. It is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Aurora asked, do you write as one meme? No, it's all chapters. It's all chapters. And I'm not going to go in to show you how we do that and everything, but, oh, you learned so much from my Scrivener class. Well, that's good, because I only use 1/10. Hi, Flossie. I'm so sorry, honey. Hello. Yes, I know I owe you something. The answers to your questions for your blog. I am so sorry, honey. The last few weeks have been just really, really bad. I talked about it in the beginning of our show. The switch from the Adderall to that methylphenidate was just a friggin' nightmare. Should we swoop? We should probably swoop. We will swoop. Okay. So the switch from the Adderall to the methylphenidate was an absolute nightmare. I think so, Dee. You can. It might still be 50% off for Scrivener. I think when we get to 5,000 subscribers to my channel, I'm going to give away a Scrivener to one lucky winner when we get to 5,000 subscribers. But that's ways off because we're not even at 1,000 yet. We're close. We're close. I would love to get to 1,000 subscribers. That is just a goal I have for this year. So, Flossie, I promise you tomorrow I will finish answering your questions and I will email that to you. Please forgive me. These last few months, medicine, getting used to one medicine and then they rip it away from you and put you on something else and blah, 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 blah. Um, oh, you just bought Scrivener? Okay. I feel the same way, Ashley. Ashley says that Scrivener was the best writing aid she's ever purchased, right? I feel the same way. The exact same way. I can't write anything else anymore. Unless it's like a notebook or a legal pad. I can write in those. Um, but Scrivener's. Oh, Michaela makes a great point. Not everyone can afford an Apple laptop. That's true. But isn't Scrivener. Can't you get it for a PC? I thought it was. I thought it was available on both. I thought only Vellum. I thought Vellum was only for Apple. Yeah. So Vellum works on a PC. Yeah, it's not just an Apple product. Okay. But for Vellum, it only works on Apple. But there's a way. I've got to get somebody in here to explain about the Apple Cloud, how you don't have to have an Apple computer in order to have an Apple product. I don't know how it works. It's all sorcery and witchcraft to me, but there is a way. There's a way of doing it. Yeah, look again, Michaela. Because seriously, oh God, just the thought of writing in Word again, just writing in Word, oh, it gives me shivers. It makes me a scared, Lucy. It makes me a scared. I've heard a lot of good things about Pro Writing Aid, Tish. You do have to be careful when using tutorials to learn Scrivener that you are using a tutorial for the platform. There are differences between Apple and PC tutorials. Exactly. So when you I just go to YouTube and type in, how to use Scrivener or whatever, Scrivener tutorials for Mac or, whatever I need for Mac. I always make sure to define that because there's been several times when it's like it just comes up for a PC. And I'm trying to follow the instructions. And the next thing I know, I'm losing my freaking mind. And then I realize, crapola, that was for a PC. Word kept pulling up my bad words and chiding me. This may be offensive to your readers. Oh man, if I wrote contemporary, it'd be offensive. It really would. Brent says, finishing this manuscript with my ridiculous modifications of Word and then looking at Scrivener like the adults in the room. Yeah, I just love it. I just love it. And actually, my husband purchased it for me when I had the Rowan's Lady fiasco. I need sad music. Hang on. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I don't see something for sad. Is this it? Nope, that's not sad. I need something like dun dun. I need a funeral dirge. That's what I need is a funeral dirge. When I talk about that fiasco, the cluster. You can finish the rest. When I wrote Rowan's Lady, and it was a cluster, folks. So I had written this book, Rowan's Lady, had it all edited. Back then we had to do our own formatting. Like, we had to insert all this HTML. There was no Vellum. This is how long ago it was, all right? So we had to insert our own HTML in order to get our own table of contents, and there was no page break, scene break, whatever. So that took like forever to format a Word doc that you could use at Amazon, right? Forever. So this book is complete. It has been edited, it has been proofread, it has been formatted, everything, right? I upload it. It goes live. And all of a sudden people are reaching out to me. Susan, did you know that we're able to read the comments your editor left? I'm like, what? What? Apparently, when I uploaded this, I don't know what happened. Honest to God, do not know what happened. But all of Catherine Lynn Davis's comments, right? You know, when you edit and you have track changes and all that, you can insert comments, which I had taken out because I had saved a brand new copy. All of that was there. Words were, misspelled words were underlined in bright red letters or bright red lines. I mean, it was just jacked. It was foobarred. It was a fiasco. It was a cluster. Okay? So I reached out to my rep. I said, I don't know what the hell happened. I tried, so I uploaded, made sure all the comments were stripped and it was a clean, whatever, that there were no comments or anything, right? Stripped it all out, just left the HTML for the table of contents, the scene breaks, chapter breaks, whatever. Uploaded it again. Same thing happened, right? By this time I'm in tears. I'm cussing like a drunken sailor. I just am. I'm crying. I'm cussing. I can't figure this out. And then realized I lost 5 days worth of editing. 5 whole days worth of editing. So, for whatever reason, when I saved that Word document, all editing, any changes that I had made, it wasn't saving them, right? This went on for like 3 or 4 days, right? I can't sleep. I can't eat. I'm trying to re-edit this entire book, with KLD suggestions, blah, blah, blah. Ended up, I had to send this document to my rep, and it took the Amazon tech team, like the real tech people, 3 days. And they still couldn't fix it. So what they ended up doing was stripping every single bit of everything out, like to an RTF. Yeah, right? To an RTF, and then I don't know what magic they did, but it took 3 days to fix it because it was such a foobarred mess. So my husband knows sometimes you just gotta let me bitch, you gotta let me cry, you gotta let me just feel what I'm feeling, okay? He comes in and says, Susie, and this is when my office was still a card table in my bedroom, right? Just a card table in my bedroom with a folding chair. That was my office. He says, Susie, I know you like to take care of yourself and, sometimes you just want me to listen, blah, 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 but I bought you something. I'm like, it better be booze because at this point, I'm just a mess. He said, no, I did a lot of research. He's a research guru, seriously. And he said, I did some research and I found this thing called Scrivener and I bought it for you. It was like $75 back then, right? Like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's not an author. He's never published anything. He doesn't know this, that, or the other, blah, 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 blah. So finally, after the whole fiasco has calmed down and the right book is on sale, etc., etc., I try Scrivener out. And I'm like, this is Greek and Sanskrit. I don't understand any of it. Good night. Whoever's leaving, good night. So anyway, I said I can't write in this. So I continued to write in Microsoft. And then I kept having problems. So I said, to hell with it. And I tried using the tutorials that are actually in Scrivener. No. I just need somebody to show me how to do it. So that's when I went to YouTube and Googled. I think I even put in, how the hell do I use Scrivener? Something smart ass like that. And that's how I learned, was from the actual YouTube tutorials. And it just was a life changer. And I haven't written in anything else since. And that was, when did I publish Rowan's Lady? Let's go see, because I honestly don't remember. Rowan's Lady, where are you? There it is. Oh, it's got 1445. Oh, sweet. Okay. I published that in October of 2013. 10 years. So for 10 years, I have been using Scrivener. So that's got to mean something, right? Yeah, you can pretty much, I learned how to jumpstart a car when the battery is not in the hood where the engine is. Did you know that Chevy started putting the battery in the rear end of the car? Anyway, I digress again. But yeah, YouTube has been a godsend for me. Tiffany says, my husband bought me Scrivener after I lost my final capstone paper for my... Oh, no. Oh, Tiffany, I would have vomited. Yeah. Oh, Dee, you just go look at it, try it. I think you'll like it. Oh my gosh, it's 7:30. Yeah, same here. I'm a visual learner. I got to see it being done. So, yeah, it was very annoying. Oh lordy, that made some cheeks clench and collapse into a shuddering fetal position. Been there, retract changes to an unintended audience. Hashtag flashbacks, right? That was a sphincter prolapsing moment, kind of like the tax bill I got in 2019. I'm like, what did I do wrong? You got to figure it out. Anyway, okay, well, it is 7:31. I'm glad you were all here tonight. I hope you all learned something. I hope you all had fun. I hope you all had a good time. Yeah, and I just hope everybody has a great week. Now, I don't know what Friday's bringing weather-wise. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. So, I should be here, unless, of course, we get, tornadoes and thunderstorms from hell again. So, I should be here. Who knows? My husband might surprise me with a date night. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. Anyway, yes, and have a happy Easter, everybody. Have a very happy Easter. Just stay safe. Stay kind. Stay humble. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble. Remember that Mac Davis song? Anyway, I'm digressing again. Have a happy Easter. Stay safe. Stay warm. May your coffee cup never run out. May it stay hot. May the muse speak to you beautifully. And just have a great rest of your week, okay? I love y'all. I think y'all are just flipping awesome. I know I say that all the time, but I mean it. And y'all know I mean it because I don't blow sunshine up anybody's skirt. But just have a really great rest of your week, okay? And thank you again for being here. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe and share buttons. Tell your friends. And just know I love you and appreciate you. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye. Mwah!